Remember, what you most want to do, who you want to be, what you want to start, and you put it off. A day, a week, a month, maybe years. The same feeling every morning. I'm starting today. You make your coffee, you set up your desk. There's a spark inside you, small but real, and then something happens, a thought, a notification, a reason, and that spark, it's extinguished, as if it had never burned at all, and you start thinking something about yourself. Maybe that's just who I am. While studying the games of power, Machiavelli realized this. The most dangerous enemy isn't outside, it's inside. What stops you isn't others, it's your own mind. And that mind, it controls you every day without you even realizing it. Today, we're dismantling that mechanism. This channel shares truths like this every week. Most people aren't ready to hear them, but you're here. That alone shows you're different. If you're ready, subscribe, and let's keep going. Write this in the comments. I see the enemy within. Procrastination is all about a loss of power. Procrastination isn't laziness. Everyone thinks so. I procrastinate because I'm lazy. I procrastinate because I lack discipline. And with that thought, you blame yourself. And that blame leaves you even more paralyzed, because the man who blames himself spends his energy not on solving the problem, but on judging himself. Wrong diagnosis, wrong remedy. Machiavelli saw this. The powerless man blames himself, and the man who blames himself doesn't question the system, and the man who doesn't question the system stays trapped within it forever. Procrastination isn't a character flaw. Procrastination is the quietest form of power loss. What happens every time you procrastinate? A piece of time is lost, a piece that never returns, a piece of your energy is depleted, and most dangerously, a piece of your self-belief is eroding. Every "I'll do it tomorrow" actually says, "I'm not worthy of this, not yet." And that feeling, with every repetition, settles in a little more. It becomes a little more real. Machiavelli wrote, "You don't need to chain a man up. Just make him say, 'tomorrow,' every day. He'll chain himself up. You aren't bound by chains, but every day you put those chains on yourself. And until you see this, nothing will change. Write this in the comments. I see the chains, and I'm breaking them." Starting also sets the finish in motion. The truth, it will unsettle you. The real reason for procrastination isn't the fear of failure. That's too superficial, too simple. The real reason is much darker. Starting also sets the finish in motion. Right now, that thing is perfect in your mind. A flawless vision. You can do it. You can succeed. You can be amazing. It hasn't been tried yet. It hasn't been broken yet. You haven't been able to say, "It didn't happen yet." And that dream, it's keeping you going. Being able to say, "Someday," that's what's keeping you alive right now. But if you start, it becomes real. And real things can break. Your subconscious knows this, and it's protecting you. Don't start, because if you start, it won't work out. And when it doesn't, that dream is completely gone. This is a defense mechanism, cruel but sincere. Machiavelli wrote, "The greatest prison is the desire to protect what has never been built. A man gives up on building the real empire to protect the one in his mind." That perfect dream in your head, it isn't protecting you, it's imprisoning you. And the only way out of that prison is to start, to risk breaking, to accept a reality that isn't perfect, because a broken reality is always more valuable than the dream in your head. Write this in the comments. I choose reality, not the fantasy. Time is truly running out. Time is truly running out. You've heard this sentence thousands of times, and it no longer stirs any emotion. Because when you hear it over and over, You become numb. The words lose their meaning. How old are you right now? How old were you when you first put that thing off? The difference between those two ages, it's not coming back. Not for any amount of money, not with any power, not in any way. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Every morning when you wake up, something has diminished, something that won't come back, and without even realizing it, you move on to the next day." Now do the math. How many days have you wasted on that thing you put off? How many mornings did you say, "I'm starting today"? How many nights did you go to bed thinking, "Definitely tomorrow"? And the sum of those days is a part of your life, the part that won't come back. This should make you angry, but direct that anger to the right place, not at yourself, at that mechanism, because you aren't weak. You've been deceived by your own mind, and seeing this changes everything. Machiavelli wrote, "The man who does not know his enemy loses every battle, and the most dangerous enemy comes with a face that loves you. That mechanism loves you and wants to protect you, but it's killing you, slowly, quietly, a little more each day." Write this in the comments. I see time is running out. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Tomorrow, the same mind will wake up, the same causes, the same fears, the same mechanism. Without a change in the mind, the decision will never change." You expect a different decision from the same mind. This, by definition, is impossible. The mind changes only through action, not through thought, not through planning, through action. And know this, the strongest men didn't wait for the right time. When Machiavelli was exiled, when he lost everything, he began to write. Was it the right time? No, it was the worst time. But that moment, it was the only real moment. There is no right time. There is only now. Write this in the comments. I've stopped waiting. I'm starting now. Starting small. The greatest weapon. Most people can't start because they want to start big and are waiting for the right time. When I start, I'll do it perfectly. It's all or nothing. And this mindset sets the bar for starting so high that they never start at all. This is a mechanism, a different face of the fear of failure. But here's the truth. Starting small isn't a weakness, it's a weapon. Because when the brain sees movement, it keeps going. When it sees inactivity, it stays inactive. It wants to finish what it starts. That's instinct, and that instinct can work for you. Machiavelli wrote, "A small fortress is more valuable than a large army, because a fortress is a stronghold, and from a stronghold, anything is possible. That small step is your fortress. It can be ridiculously small. 5 minutes, a single line, a single step. Because that step, it tells your brain something. We've started. And once the brain gets started, it doesn't want to stop. It wants to keep going. It wants to finish. That's momentum. And momentum, it changes everything. The loudmouths made big plans. The quiet man took a small step. A year later, who had made progress? Write this in the comments. I'm starting small, but I'm starting. Today, the only truth. Machiavelli, during the darkest period of his life, in exile, tortured, having lost everything, wrote this: "Fortuna controls half of fate. The other half is your will, and will exists only when used. Unused will is no will at all. Half of it belongs to you. The man who uses that half is a dangerous man. The man who uses that half is an unbreakable man. The man who uses that half is the man who quietly builds everything. You are right in front of that half right now. It hasn't happened yet. It hasn't been written yet. You're still standing where you can change it. Starting today doesn't guarantee tomorrow. It doesn't guarantee success. It doesn't guarantee it will be painless. It guarantees only this: that potential. The person you could be. You're one step closer to it today. And that step, you didn't take it tomorrow. You didn't take it last year. You didn't take it 5 years ago. You're taking it today. And this, it seems small. But the first step that seems small is always the biggest step. Because before that step, there was nothing. After that step, everything is possible. Most people hear this truth, and they save it for tomorrow. You watch this video all the way to the end. That alone shows you're different. If you want to dig deeper, to learn about the invisible mechanics of power plays, the true anatomy of willpower, and the inner struggle of the man who can't take action, subscribe, turn on notifications, because the next video goes even deeper. Final affirmation. Write in the comments. Today, now, me. This is my decision.